You should love your partner in a number of ways, right? But the one way you should never love them is in a way that suggests you love them more than you love yourself. Now, I want you to really hear what I'm saying when I say this, right? I don't mean try to play this game of making sure that your partner doesn't feel more loved than you feel love for yourself. No, I mean literally and legitly. Do not get so lost in loving your partner that you put all the love you have for them ahead of the love you have for yourself. Because where it seems like the all cute and romantic thing to do and making your partner the thing that you worship, right? The person that you worship, the ground they walk on and all that stuff, to the point where you always put them before you and everything else. It sounds good for an R&B classic, right, of a song, but not in an actual sustainable, healthy relationship. And a lot of you are guilty of that out there, to where you get so wrapped up in this person you love to pieces that you start giving so much of yourself to them that you forget to give something back to yourself, that you forget to really evaluate all that you're getting in return to be a reflection of the love you're giving out, right? Which that love you're giving out is a reflection of the love you have within inside yourself for yourself. See, when you get to a point of loving your partner more than you love yourself, then now it becomes so much easier to have little innocent moments where you let a standard go by to the wayside, right? You let your partner live below a standard that you require, or you let a boundary that gets crossed, slide, or you don't give it that much attention, or you say, it's okay. You make excuses for it. You make it make sense in your head why it's okay, right? As long as your partner is happy, right? And this person that is your source of happiness is happy, then you're good. You'll take a little bit of the bumps and the bruises along the way with your boundaries and your standards, right? You'll sacrifice a little bit to have them. And where, don't get me wrong here, right? Compromise is definitely a healthy part of a relationship, but sacrifice is something different. Sacrifice is more you literally are giving up something that you require, right? See, compromise can be giving something up, right? But it's more so you come to terms to work with the other person to say, hey, the exact way I like to have it, I don't necessarily need it to be that exact way. I can work with you in this way as well to meet you in the middle, versus sacrificing something that is required for you in order to be a healthy, whole human being and maybe fulfilled in a relationship. And all the more you keep making it about your partner, trying to love on them more than you ever give love back to yourself, is the more you're hurting yourself. And ultimately, you're hurting your partner in a very indirect way. One, you'll never be able to love on your partner to the degree you really want to until you've mastered how to embody that love for yourself, until you know what it's like to experience that level of love from you. So you can fine tune it and tweak it, right? You'll never be able to give it to the best of your ability to your partner until you become the example of it first, to where now your partner's literally getting a fraction or half or almost 100% of what they can out of you as a partner, right? They're not getting the best version of you, because the best version of you can't exist unless you are nurturing and treating yourself as such. You have to be the most important person in your world, right? Because the more you tend to making sure you take care of this person that is you to be the best self you can, then now in turn you become a better partner for your partner that you love to pieces. The way you hurt your partner indirectly by doing this is by you letting certain things slide, or not standing up for yourself, or speaking up when certain boundaries are violated, or not letting them know when you're upset by something because you're like, I just want to keep the peace because I love them to pieces, right? When you're taking that approach, then now you rob them of the ability to grow. I'm pretty sure if your partner loves you the way you love them, then they want to make sure you're a happy person as well. They never want to be a part of anything hindering your growth and you being the vibrant you that they want you to be and being at your best. And so whenever you don't kind of stick up for yourself or champion for yourself, put yourself first sometimes, right? Because you love yourself enough to do that, then you rob them of the ability to see and experience, to see what your requirements are and what you won't flex on, so they can actually in turn get to serve you, to make sure that they're like, hey, I see this doesn't fit my partner too well, or they're not so happy when I do X, Y, Z, or, oh my gosh, I accidentally crossed that boundary I wasn't aware of, and I see how that impacts them and they let me know. Got it. So now I'm gonna make sure I do better in these ways, to where they sleep at night knowing I'm being the best partner I can be for my partner to be their best selves. You rob them of that opportunity whenever you don't stand for things you require and don't put you first. And again, it doesn't mean put yourself first all the time, right? Part of you, showering that love that you have inside is putting others first sometimes. The way you put yourself first, right? You're always the example of how to give, right? But you have to love yourself more than your partner to set that example and tone first to be able to turn around and then give it or gift it. And one thing people don't often think about is whenever you spend more time obsessing over how to love on your partner even more than yourself, do more for them than you're willing to do for yourself, then oftentimes you put a unwelcomed, it's not intentional pressure on your partner, right? You think they don't notice that you're always putting them first all the time, right? If you're with a partner that's healthy and loves you the same way in return, it's not a toxic relationship. Then they don't notice that, you never champion for yourself a certain way. You think they don't notice that you never do for yourself what you're always trying to do for them, right? A healthy partner that you may have will always notice these things. And what message you think is communicating to them? Do you think they feel like they're having a peer of a partner or someone that has some huge things that they want them to work on for themselves because they love them and see that, hey, you're not taking care of yourself a certain way? Do you think they're going to feel like they're in this with a partner that they can, ride stride for stride with, or someone they're going to have to carry along and have to grow? How comfortable do you think that is for them to realize this? To realize how much weight you put on them and pressure to be this everything for you because they can see how much you love them more than you love yourself. It's unfair, and it's actually a very unhealthy undertone to set. Of course, it's not your intent to do this and it be unhealthy, but it creates an imbalance, right? Your relationship becomes heavily weighted, lopsided wise. And then now your partner's in a position that it shouldn't have to be in because they're taking on more weight of your love that should be for yourself. Some of it should be for yourself, but they're getting all of it. The love you have for them and the love you have for you is all being given to them. So if you really want to love your partner deeply, show them that by loving yourself first the most, so that in turn, you can love them the best second. If you need help doing that so you can create balanced love that's sustainable in your relationship with your partner, then email or DM me the word coaching and we'll get to work as long as you're truly ready to put the work in. If you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, don't have the time or the space for it, email or DM me the word revival to join my Relationship Revival Hub community, where you can learn the same things I teach my clients one-on-one at your own pace, on your own time, from my live weekly coachings that I do, lessons and Q&As that are recorded so you can watch them on your own time, and even my video courses in there that teaches you a lot of the same lights out tools and skills to get the results you need in your relationship. Either way, get in the race. Let's get it.